giving Renee Portland's club a boost. The three-pointer from the corner, 76-51. Number 13, Penn State on top of number 12, Old Dominion. Mazzanti again from the top. She had 14 points. Penn State takes it 99-72. Made it to the Final Four of the state and high school last year.
Wow.
There she is as a freshman.
Looking good, too. All right. Nice to see the ladies playing basketball. Looking good.
Yeah.
I have to check out one of those games. Thanks a lot, Adam.
The Lady Lions with a big win over 12th-ranked Old Dominion this afternoon. Big game for Ashley Luke. That bucket right there, just 3 of her 13 points. She also had a career-high 13 assists. Penn State cruising in this one. Kelly Mazzanti of Montoursville right there. She's a three-point machine. Check her out. Then, how about another one for the freshman? All right, you got it. 12th-ranked Lady Lions with an easy victory over Old Dominion today. They win it by 27, 99-72. Is your final on that.
586 was the final. The Lions, 13th in the country, continue to get great play from that young lady from Montoursville, Kelly Mazzanti. The freshman knocking through 21 last night, bringing lots of sparks to the 4-3 Lions.
So after becoming Lycoming County's and Montoursville's all-time leading scorer, freshman Kelly Mazzanti is making her mark at Penn State as a Lady Lion, averaging 16 points a game. And starting at the shooting guard position, head coach Renee Portland is definitely impressed with her fantastic rush.
She's in with a great group of kids right now, but Kelly listens and Kelly wants to learn. We've seen improvement in her game on both ends of the court, and I just like that she loves being here. That's the best part about coaching somebody with a real big heart.
You couldn't ask for anything better. This team is a great bunch of girls. I'm having an awesome time getting used to a new program. It's a lot different from high school to college, but I'm enjoying every second of it and taking advantage.
Besides helping Penn State average 10 points more a game this season than the Final Four team from last year, Kelly's defensive quickness, rebounding, and enthusiasm are being noticed in the Big Ten.
She's fitting in perfect. She's doing what we want her to do. You know, we don't have a defensive stopper on this team yet in the guard spot, and I hope her or somebody else takes a challenge real quick. But Kelly has given us some terrific minutes and is really trying on both ends of the court.
I mean, Renee told us from the beginning that we were going to get playing time, and we knew that in the back of our head, but I don't think we really realized it till now, and I think I'm just taking advantage of the time I get and just playing hard.
Mazzanti and those Lady Lions, they take on number 24 Vanderbilt. National television it is this Sunday, 4:30 p.m.
Ohio State women's basketball game. Renee Portland's Penn State squad taking on Ohio State. Montoursville's Kelly Mazzanti, 26 points, beating the clock with a three-pointer. Penn State by 12, but we're tied at 61. Catrianne Carr with the layup to make it a 63-61 game. The Lions win by.
Freshman Kelly Mazzanti led all scorers with 29 points. She is something else. University of Scranton Lady Royals improved their record to 9-1 and rolling. The number 10 Lady Lions just blitzing Northwestern at the Jordan Center. 92-54 the final. Kelly Mazzanti, the freshman from Montoursville, she's not playing like a freshman. Game high, 29 points for her. Next game for the Lady Lions is Sunday on the road at Illinois.
Believe it or not, there were other sporting events going on this Super Sunday. The Penn State women's basketball team in action. Kelly Mazzanti and the ladies at home against Michigan State. The 15th-ranked Nittany Lions got it going early, and Mazzanti getting it going early, too. She just really took over. 4 threes in the first half as the Nittany Lions built a 45-18 lead at the half. In fact, Michigan State didn't score until 6 minutes had passed in the game. 18 points for Mazzanti by the break. She was on fire. Second half, more of the same. She gets the rebound here, somehow puts it home. 28 to lead all scorers, including 6 three-pointers. Penn State rolling 97-49. They're now 14-6 on the
season. Penn State down to number 19 in the country, but feeling up today. Montoursville native Kelly Mazzanti leading the way with 28 points. Penn State over Michigan, 97-49.
Big Ten Player of the Week, the Lady Lions scoring 14 points against Indiana last Thursday, 28 points against Michigan State yesterday. On the week, Mazzanti tallied 42 points, 7 assists, 8 steals, and a perfect 4-4 from the line. Mazzanti has started 17 games for the Lady Lions this year, scoring 18.2 per game. Having a great...
Well, you usually never hear of a freshman standout when it comes to college basketball.
Pretty hard to crack the starting lineup for most.
For most, but not in this case. Kelly Mazzanti of Montoursville is a special player, and this is a special day for her. We'll explain what we mean coming up. Hoops in the big board. Next. Montoursville's Kelly Mazzani turned 19 today, and like anybody else celebrating a birthday, the Penn State freshman probably got a few presents. But as Adam Zucker reports, on the court, Mazzani's basketball gifts are cause for Lady Lions celebrations.
Picked up by Shepard. Down the floor to Mazzani. Off the glass and good.
Less than 2 weeks into the Lady Lions season, freshman Kelly Mazzanti was made part of Penn State's starting lineup. Since then, the Montoursville native has emerged as the leading scorer on the team and in the Big Ten Conference, quickly finding her place at State.
I got to believe that this is a dream come true for her. When we were getting ready for practice, or for our first game, I said, what's it feel like to be on the Jordan Center floor? She said, it's better than being in the will call line, where she used to have to go and get her ticket to come sit in the stands. It was a long time waiting to be a Lady Lion, and she's enjoyed every minute of it.
Mazzani is ahead of the pack again. Pass out from Shepard. Mazzani lays it up and in. Mazzani has 4, and Penn State's lead is 10-5.
I didn't really expect anything like this, but I think, I just got to keep working hard and, not really think about this or, leading the comments or anything like that. I think we just got to play hard and play together as a team and, focus on our team goals.
On her last night as an 18-year-old, Kelly scored 18 points to go with 9 steals for the victorious Lions. She's the only freshman in school history to be named Conference Player of the Week twice, but she's playing more like a senior.
It just comes natural to her, and I think she's really handled it well coming in as a freshman, because it is hard adjusting, and I think she's done a great job adjusting, from the transition to high school to college.
I'm glad she's a freshman. Even the officials talk about her during the game. That kid's unbelievable. So, as luck will have it, I hope that it continues.
The hard work continues, even on her 19th birthday.
Yeah, I have class and I have practice, and then I think my parents will take me out to eat, and then probably go to bed early.
Early for a 19-year-old. In-State College, Adam Zucker, 28 Sports.
Thank you, Adam. Kelly's got a busy schedule. Not too much time to celebrate her birthday. She and the rest of the Lady Lions are back in action Sunday on the road at Northwestern. Time for us to...
Mazzanti gave her the roar. The Lady Lion continues her dominating play for Penn State. The freshman all over the scoring charts, currently stands first in team and Big Ten scoring, along with steals in the Big Ten scoring. Average 18.5 per game. Not bad for that Montoursville native, the Big Ten Freshman of the Year candidate. Started 19 contests, has earned Big Ten Player of the Week honors twice this year. Lions having a great year, looking to get back to the NCAA Final Four. Their next home game is Thursday against Illinois.
I couldn't ask for a better team and a better coaching staff. I think coming up here I wasn't sure how it was going to be, but I think I've fit in pretty comfortably and I'm enjoying myself. I mean, it's great. There's a lot of people here, a lot of fans from around the area that I know. I think that's fortunate for playing close to home. You get a lot of people that you know. So I think there's a lot of people that come in our games, and it's really excitement.
Great player. Less than a week away.
But, I mean, I would recommend that Kelly Mazzanti be at least on the front cover of one of their issues.
When do you think so?
Oh, man.
She's phenomenal.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Incredible.
Great family, too. Her dad, they all know us here.
The whole team was there last night.
Yeah, her Montoursville teammates from last year. They were there. No question about it. Last night, Penn State and Indy Lion. Kelly Mazzanti, more than a shooting star, she deserves the role. The Montoursville native is making a valid argument to be the best in women's college basketball. The Lady Lions dominating the Fighting Illini from Illinois last night. It was the Kelly Mazzanti show, making it look real easy in the 101-80 win. The former Montoursville standout in front of her old friends, breaking 6 records. My goodness. Take a look at the Mazzanti shooting star shot right there. 38 points, breaking a PSU freshman scoring record, the most points scored by a PSU player in the Jordan Center. Points by any player in the Jordan Center, she broke a record 6 three-pointers. Three-point attempts, 11. 6 of 11. Last week, Jim Coles meeting up with the Montoursville standout.
It's not supposed to be this way. Freshmen don't come in the Big Ten and create a stir like Kelly Mazzanti is doing this season. The Montoursville high school freshman leads the league in steals and scoring.
Well, she's a natural. She really is, and we're really excited for what she's doing for our program right now. And She just works hard. It's just not about offense. We saw a lot of offense when she was in high school, and here at Penn State she's really taken pride in helping the team in other ways.
Mazanti is making an impact as a freshman, and not just with her scoring. She's a fine rebounder, and at 6 feet tall with tons of quickness, she is also a defensive presence.
I think the defensive part was the biggest transition for me. I think Renee really emphasized trying to get quicker and using my feet in ways that I've never done. So I think that's been a big transition in my game, but it's coming along.
We find ourselves putting her really on the best player of the other team sometimes, so her defenses, it really anticipates stuff, but her wingspan, as you mentioned, and her size really makes it difficult for people, and then she can turn around and score on the other side.
Mazanti led Montoursville to the state championship game the past 2 seasons. Both times, the Warriors finished second, and Kelly doesn't want to second that emotion with the Lady Lions.
We definitely have put ourselves in a good position right now. We'd like to win the rest of our Big Ten games and do well in the tournament, obviously win it, and put ourselves in a good position in the NCAAs.
The goals are in sight for Kelly Mazanti and the Lady Lions of Penn State. Jim Cole, Newswatch 16 Sports, Center County.
She can play. 5-time Sports Star recipient Kelly Mazanti, and last week she lit it up and she gets Big Ten Player of the Week honors, 38 against the Fighting Illini. She's from Montoursville, and man, can she play hoops with the best of them.
I think that she could deserve that
yeah, she does.
honor about every week, huh?
Yes, she does.
Thanks, she
Candidate to be the Freshman of the Year in the country. She deserves the roar. Not only the Big Ten, but the country.
Wow.
I spoke to Penn State today. They said they're going to put it right on the ballot. Boom.
Terrific athlete.
How about that? She averages over 19 a game.
Kudos for her.
Nice being out here with you.
It's always nice being with you.
Following her career all season.
That's right, and she
Okay.
well deserved.
That
And the roar.
Yeah, she can play. Montoursville native Kelly Mazanti, who leads the Big Ten in scoring this year for the Nittany Lions, named the conference Freshman of the Year. She also earned Big Ten first-team honors as well. She averaged 19 points in the regular season per game. She's the first Lady Lion to earn Freshman of the Year honors. Way to go, Kelly. We begin.
Penn State, the Nittany Lions shoving off for Chicago. They'll open up play in the Big Ten tournament there against Michigan on Thursday. The Lady Lions Big Ten tourney experience, not so hot. The Penn State women upset over the weekend of the first round, giving freshman sensation Kelly Mazanti some extra time off before the NCAA tournament. Mazanti back home in Montoursville, talking about her breakout season.
Coming into the program, I just wanted to become an impact player, like I said, a long time ago. And having the success that I did, it was a surprise to me, but, I just kept working hard and kept doing what I wanted to do. And I think, that helped to transition.
Now, Mazanti, regarded by many as the top freshman player in the nation this year, she and the Lady Lions awaiting their NCAA fate when the women's tournament brackets are announced this weekend. Ironically enough, the Lady Lions also headed to Louisiana. They'll play at Louisiana Tech this weekend. 6th-seeded Penn State, a Final Four team from a year ago, faces 11th seed Texas Christian in the opening round. For freshman sensation Kelly Mazanti of Montoursville, the NCAA tournament will be a new sensation.
Last year, I had the chance to watch them as they went to the Final Four, and I think it gives me a good opportunity to contribute and, help us back to the Final Four.
I think the 6th seed is, not a great seed for us. I think we're a better program than that, and I think this is an excellent opportunity for us to prove it again.
If the Lady Lions beat TCU, they'll most likely play host Louisiana Tech in the second round. Been there, done that. Last year, the Lady Lions won at La Tech to get to the Final Four.
The Lady Lions, of course, had a big season. From Kelly Mazanti of Montoursville, Coach Renee Portland thinks the freshman will be refreshed for the tournament.
We know she was in the gym. This is a kid that shot foul shots on Christmas Day in our high school gym, so I know all last week she was in the gym, and it was obvious the way she carried herself Friday when she came back. Some people looked dog-tired, because of travel or because they hadn't done anything for a few days. Kelly just had her swagger back, and she looked a lot fresher.
In the Big Ten Freshman of the Year, Kelly scoring 529 points in her first season as a Lady Lion. Coach Renee Portland has high hopes for the Superstar, comparing Kelly and her style to MJ.
She's too fun and funny to have expectations and pressure get to her. And she likes that kind of stuff. She's a great competitor. We have really talked to her about her individual goals and how they fit into the team thing. We can't have you being the leading scorer and then lose silly games. We have to, look at the Michael Jordan approach. You're not even close, but that's, as a coach, you look for things, when Jordan scored too many points and his team lost. When Jordan did this, his team won. And so we have to make sure that Kelly stays within the context, but I'm not ever going to sit her unless I have to. She's a great one, and we all know she's a great one.
She is a great basketball
player. Don't you think she's drawing a lot of fans who otherwise might not watch?
No question. If you're just an avid fan or not really a fan, I mean, she's just such an athlete.
Fun to watch.
Nittany Lion fans aren't at a loss when it comes to having a young, high-scoring guard to come out to watch.
In just 1 year, Kelly Mazzanti has gone from being a top-notch high school recruit to a Top Gun Big Ten scorer. The Penn State guard was named Big Ten Freshman of the Year after becoming the first rookie to lead the conference in scoring, averaging a shade over 18 points a game. For Kelly, the success has come a little unexpected. Instead of being buried on the bench like most freshmen, Mazzanti played the leading role for the Lady Lions.
Well, I think my role, what I thought was just going to come in here and bring in my game and have the coaches do whatever they could, you know, to improve my game. And I think my role, I thought, was just to come in here and be an impact player and just do the best that I could for the team.
Mazzanti not only created a stir around Penn State as well as the Big Ten, but she also caught the eye of many around the nation. Following a season in which she broke a school scoring record with 38 points in one game and a Penn State freshman record, 529 points in a season, Mazzanti was named on 5 different National All-American teams and
set me up, and we all set each other up, and that's why we're a team.
Strong point of the Lady Lions. Good passing here. The 6th-ranked Commodores get a jumper. Chantel Anderson, basket and foul. She had 22. No one could really slow her down, although no one could really slow down Kelly Mazzanti. They tried. Double teamed at times. Look at that one. Double pump fake. She still gets the roll, and this quick three-pointer is good. 21 for Mazzanti, but she's going to need some help. It's a young team that will get better. Vanderbilt 77 to 62.
Zuzi Klemeshna. She hits the shot from inside the arc. Vandy never losing its big lead. Mazzanti will hit the tough running shot off the glass. She disappeared at times, though. She finished with 21. Vandy goes back inside to Klemeshna. She had 20 points as the Lady Commodores roll 77-62.
Had their hands full this afternoon with 6th-ranked Vanderbilt. There's Mazzanti from way downtown. She buries the 3. Vanderbilt, though, they were tough. Susie Kalishkova. She hits the jumper right there. She had 20. That's how you say her name, Mazzanti. Lady Lions, they tried to hang, but it wasn't enough. She had 21 points. Your score 77-62.
Yesterday, following her 36-point performance, she told the WNEP camera her success isn't much of a surprise.
I knew coming into this year that people were gonna know who I was from last year. So I made it important this summer to learn to create more shots and learn to score in different ways. So I don't know if it's surprising. I mean, I just go out there every game and I try to get better at something each game.
It's back to open on the left wing. Three-pointer. PSU up 30-28. Dad loves it. On number 22, Michigan State, Mazzanti 11 in the first half, so the countdown is down to 4. Second half, Penn State up by 5. Mazzanti, right side, boom, three-pointer, 999 for her career. Dad is clapping. 4 minutes later, Mazzanti gets open inside. The backdoor layup puts her over 1,000, a new school and conference record, doing it in 47 games. A Kodak moment indeed. 22 points in the game. Penn State wins 78-65. The Lady Lions now 11-7.
Score in Division I college basketball for women, just a sophomore. Mazzanti went over 1,000 points in her career in just her 47th game. That's the fewest gains to 1,000 in Big Ten and Penn State history. The Lady Lions hosting the 22nd-ranked Michigan Lady Wolverines, if there is such a thing. Mazzanti was hot, hitting those outside shots. Three-pointers. How about from the corner with 2 players flying at her from the other wing? I mean, as the coach for Michigan said after the game, she can shoot from baseline to baseline from either end of the court. And look at this one, knocking them down all over the place. 14 minutes to go, she's within 1, and it's not a three-pointer. The defense too tight, so she goes backdoor without the ball. She's very good at that. 14th fastest player to reach 1,000 points in NCAA history. Penn State 78-65. They get the win. Kelly finishes with 20.
Ranked Michigan, a big day for Montoursville. Kelly Mazzanti, Bryce Jordan, center we go. Miss Mazzanti needed 15 points when the day began to reach her 1,000-point mark. First half, there's Mazzanti wide open, tees off on the three-pointer. Daddy's loving it. Penn State with the early lead on Michigan. 4 points away. Family there counting her down. Later on, second half, Mazzanti again from behind the arc. It's good, so we're down to 1 point for a milestone, and we wouldn't show it to you unless you got it. Here it is, the backdoor pass. Point number 1,001. She had 22 on the day. The sophomore, the fastest player in Big Ten history to reach the 1,000-point plateau. So congrats to Miss Mazzanti. She's only a sophomore.
Wow.
She's very, very talented.
Wow. Proud mom and dad, too.
Yes.
For the Penn State Lady Lions, they're already over the 1,000-point mark, getting some flowers.
And Penn State basketball star Kelly Mazzanti back at her old middle school today, on tour through Montoursville, along with a film crew from Penn State, the university promoting the high-scoring sophomore and her All-American status.
This is tremendous, and you know, the schedule that I'm on today and the amount of people I'm going to see in just one day's time is really special, and I'm really enjoying every second. It's nice to see the support that I have, and that's a good part about going to a college near home.
And Kelly really thriving at Penn State.
It's good with 6.3 seconds to go.
They beat us 3 times last year. 3's enough. This time it's personal.
Great opportunity, great challenge. It can be done, it will be done, correct? Yes. Get it done. Ladies, remember who you are and what we represent. We are.
Knocked away by Wright, stolen by Wright.
That is right.
They just trust me. They just tell me to shoot the ball, so that's what I did. I shot the ball.
There's the deny defense.
Barnes steps right in front of the pass and takes it away.
There's Mazzanti for 3. Wow! Mazzanti trying to get her free. They do. Wow! You have to be kidding.
Let's go. You're 3 right here. Defense. 1, 2, 3.
In the paint, this is Buys, blocked by Brungo.
Let's go. Score. 1, 2, 3. Score.
Backdoor cut to Barnes. Nice catch in the paint. Puts it up. It's good. Wright kicks it to Mazzanti. All alone for 3. Get in there. Yes.
Mazzanti for 3.
Finishing with a flurry and going to the locker room with a 36-29 lead.
So we have to keep this attack mode going, okay? That's the theme of this half. You got to continue to go out and attack. What are we going to do in this half? Ready?
There's Mazzanti for 3. 1 point away from 1,000 points for her career.
Way out right there, Lou.
There's Mazzanti back door. 1,001 points, Kelly Mazzanti. The fastest Lady Lion to reach 1,000 points. Ladies and gentlemen, with that basket, Penn State's Kelly Mazzanti has set a new Penn State and Big Ten benchmark. She has reached the 1,000-point mark in just 47 games.
You know, I'm glad I did it at home. I'm glad I got to enjoy it. And, you know, now it's time to refocus and start winning some games.
All alone for 3. Strom's shot is good. 53-40, the largest lead of the game.
Barnes wide open. Counting and a foul.
Here comes Wright again down the floor. Lays it up and in.
Do not relax. What is your goal? And you have to remember that, okay? Don't let anything get you. Attack. Let's go.
Backdoor cut to Strom. Lays it up and in.
The Lady Lions come up with the 78-65 win over Michigan.
The whole team, we just balling. That's all. Just out there balling.
The game is scheduled. We have to play it. We must go win it. We are.
Welcome to this edition of Center Court. I'm Ann Moss, your host, here with Lady Lion basketball coach Renee Portland. Renee, Kelly Mazzanti truly is amazing. 1,000 points in just 47 games, a Big Ten record.
Big Ten record, Penn State record, pretty amazing feat, as you said. And it's been really fun to be a part of this and watch her use such a gifted talent in a very positive way. But the thing you got to remind yourself is that Kelly, A, is young, and B, she's working hard in the other part of her game, too, to be the total package. She's doing what is best for this team right now.
Well, a little later in the show, Center Court is going to take a look at that incredible sophomore. January 20th, you faced off against Michigan State. You were looking for a win, came away with a loss, 66-62, a close one.
Well, I think we have to go back before that. When we played Vanderbilt in Illinois, really disappointed on the road. We had played 10 out of 15 of our games on the road. We picked up some wins here in the Jordan Center, was good. We go into Michigan State, the whole team sort of shut down on us. They did a box and one, which shut Kelly down, and the rest of us didn't respond, even the coaching staff. So we've looked hard at that defense against us, and next time we see them later on, it'll be a different story. You never lose to the same team twice.
So you headed home looking to respond and rebound as you came into the Jordan Center on the 24th against Northwestern.
The ladies trailed early against the Wildcats 8-4. The deficit quickly evaporated as Penn State took a 10-8 lead and never looked back. It was a balanced attack for the Lady Lions as 4 players scored in double figures. Renee has been stressing the importance of good post play. Last season as a freshman, Courtney Upshaw seemed to come on strong during the last third of the season. She may be set to close out 2002 with much-needed strong play in the post. Against Northwestern, Courtney poured in a career-high 18 points. Freshman Tanisha Wright continues to be an offensive spark. Against the Wildcats, she hit on 6 of 12 shots and scored 14 points. Katrina Carr was strong off the bench. The senior guard added 10 points. The nation's leading scorer, Kelly Mazzanti, finished with 24 points as Penn State easily defeated Northwestern 84-49. Taking a look at the GoPSUSports.com Lady Lion game notes, we see that this was Kelly's 17th game this season, scoring 20 or more points. Penn State out-rebounded the Wildcats 47-28. In addition to Courtney Upshaw's 18 points, she blocked 3 shots and had 2 steals for the Lady Lions.
Stay with us when Center Court returns. We'll follow the Lady Lions as they continue through the Big Ten season. And we'll get up close and personal with Penn State's All-American candidate, Kelly Mazzanti.
Kindergarten, that was so long ago.
What is that, kindergarten through 6?
Kindergarten through 4.
Through 4?
Yeah.
Oh. You're watching Center Court with Renee Portland. The Penn State Lady Lions joined the Big Ten Conference in 1992. There have been some very competitive games for Penn State in 10 years of conference play. The Lady Lions have a winning record against 9 of their Big Ten opponents. What team do you think is Penn State's biggest conference rival? Visit our website at wpsx.psu.edu and make your choice. Vote for any team in the Big Ten that you feel has become our biggest women's basketball rival. You can vote anytime now through February 21st when Penn State visits Purdue in a conference matchup right here on the Penn State Sports Network. Visit wpsx.psu.edu and choose the Lady Lions' biggest rival.
Their biggest home game of the season as a top 10 foe comes to the BJC.
Hey, just gotta say, come on, get yourself moving. Refuse to lose.
Barnes got a piece of it. The outlet, Drungo steps in to pick it off. Jexka's going to take it all away.
Great smart play, takes it right to the basket.
Mazzanti shot on the way. Inside, Barnes, assist Mazzani.
You make sure you stay together. That's going to be my biggest concern through this whole game. Because guess what? This team's a good team coming off of 2 losses, okay, right? And so we knew today was going to be hard, right? So be willing to work. Be willing to go on the floor. Be willing. And if things get tough, then you don't put your head down. You knew it was going to be tough, right? We knew this wasn't going to be easy. It was going to take everything we had in us this week. So keep that attitude in mind, and then you won't mind the effort, okay? Don't ever quit on yourself. Let's go.
Full court pressure out of the timeout, and a takeaway by Mazzani, assisting Brungo for the layup. The block by Barnes. Rashada Barnes, big first half.
Upshaw with the rebound and the putback. Put it up before she even came down. A great play.
Mazzani knocks down the 3.
Now what do you practice for? You practice to win. You practice to believe in each other, to change your faces. Together, get this thing done and win this one. Put yourself in a position to win this league, and that's what this game does today. Put you in position. Together. 1, 2, 3. Together! Let's go!
Strom with the steal and the layup. First basket for Jess, and Rainey Portland's fired up.
Mazzani goes around the pick, takes it in the lane, dishes to Strong. Three-pointer from the corner is good.
But you have to throw the ball. We practice that all week, and you're dribbling too much. You have to get a running game going here, okay? It has to run. They can't run with us.
Mazzani out in front. Wright finds Strom, three-pointer. Jess Strom knocks down the triple. Mazzani in the paint. Gets it back to Jess. Spots up for 3. 3 in a row for Jess. Oh.
Takes it down the baseline, throws it up, fouled, and then hits a miracle shot. Holy cow. A huge victory against the Wisconsin Badgers by a final score of 63 to 49.
On January 31st, the Lady Lions defeated Northwestern 77-47. Kelly led all scorers with 26 points. Big Ten Freshman of the Year candidate Jess Strom added 10 points and recorded 7 assists. The win over Northwestern was the 499th at Penn State for head coach Rainey Portland.
Welcome to the Value City Arena in the Schottenstein Center here in Columbus, Ohio. Today, the Penn State Lady Lion basketball team takes on the Buckeyes of Ohio State. History could be in the making today as the Penn State Lady Lions head coach, Rainey Portland, goes for her 500th victory as a Lady Lion head coach. Barnes comes up with it. Off to right. Mazzani's ahead of the pack again. The pass is there. Mazzani makes a great catch and lays it up and in.
This is the remix.
Kick it back to Strong. Her three-pointer's on the way. And good. 22-8 Penn State by 14. Carr hands it to Mazzani. They leave her alone. Three-pointers good. Mazzani again. Here is Barnes in the lane, and she puts it off the glass and good. Carr back to Brungo in the far corner. Shot by Brungo is good. Stolen by Brendan. Carr is ahead of the pack and will lay it up uncontested. 46-22.
Keep running. First 5 minutes is really, really important, okay? First 5 minutes. Now, don't foul. We're going to open in man-to-man to make a statement, okay? Go after them because they're going to come after us right now. The score's 0-0, okay? And you play this game to win, 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 win.
Strom looks to go down low to Wright, who has Reynolds on her. She goes around Reynolds, leans it, puts it off the glass, and good. Shook swats it away. Shook blocks that shot, too. Barnes backdoor cut to Strom, lays it up off the glass and good, and she is fouled. Trina Carr down low, spins away from Howell, lays it up and in. Brungo high in the air, turnaround jumper on the baseline is good. Strom against Coleman, takes it in the paint, dishes it off to Barnes, lays it up and in. And Penn State will come away with a solid victory.
Well, Rainey, 500 wins at Penn State. That's quite an accomplishment, and we've, I think I've seen just about every one of them. Congratulations, Rainey. You're a class act, and you deserve every one of them. And here's the 500 more.
Terrific job. We're all real pleased for you. And here's to many, many more. 500? Yeah, go for it.
Congratulations on 500 wins, Rainey. You know, former player, I think I've been around for a few of those too. You're a great coach, and good luck.
Congratulations, Rainey, and let's go for 500 more. Love you.
Congratulations, Rainey. This is a tremendous feat, and I'm glad I got to be a part of it.
Congratulations, Rainey, on your 500th win. I'm glad I was able to contribute to it and be a part of it. And it was done in Ohio, so that's all I got to say. Thanks for everything. Congratulations, Rainey, on your 500th win. I'm glad I could be a part of it, and you deserve it. Thank you. Type that, okay?
Rainey, 500 wins. Congratulations. Here at Penn State, your Penn State family, after that big Ohio State win, presented you with this plaque. It must feel great.
It was a special moment, certainly, because it was against Ohio State, and they had beaten us earlier in the season, and we don't want to lose the same team twice. But I have been very fortunate with a family that has really supported me, and great players, current and past, and super staffs, and I know I'm in a very special place.
And you were on the road when you did it. That had to feel great. The team is playing well at this point for you.
Well, 2 wins at home, and then we go 2 on the road, and big crowd there. We took them out early, kept them out the whole game, and we were really excited about the way the team has been playing.
And with that win under your belt, you went to play your 3rd game in a 3-game road swing against Indiana.
Rainey, you stress the importance of not losing to the same team twice, but it doesn't hurt when you beat the same team twice.
Sets up their score.
For 3 again.
The game was tight early as both teams went to their big guns for scoring. Senior Katrina Carr hits Mazzanti, who drains the 3, giving Penn State an 8-point lead.
She gets any breathing room and she puts it down.
Fellow senior Rashana Barnes played an inspired game in the paint. With the putback, she helps the ladies add to their lead. In the second half, the Lady Lions continued building on the lead. Courtney Upshaw went 3 for 4 from the field, scoring 9 points. Indiana senior center Jill Chapman scored 12 points, 6 below her average. The Lady Lions were led by their All-American candidate, Kelly Mazzanti. The nation's leading scorer once again surpassed 30 points. Her 32 points led all scorers. It was an impressive performance in Bloomington by your team, Rainey, as you completed a 3-game swing and defeated Indiana for the 2nd time this season.
Rainey, that 67-59 Indiana win really was a great one for you. On the road, 5 straight wins.
Really was a tough test. You know, we won 2 big games on the road, and then you go to Indiana, and it's a real test of your character. So I was really, really pleased with the way the girls responded. That's a team we've beaten before. They're a senior team-oriented, and so I was very, very happy to come out with that. It was a real good team effort.
And you had momentum. You were coming home. You were facing Iowa on February 10th, and unfortunately, it didn't turn out the way you had hoped.
Yeah, it was a tough one, Ann. It was really a tough one. We had things going in our direction, but Iowa did to us what we did to Ohio State. Took the crowd out of it, dumped us early, made us play catch-up the whole time. We just weren't able to catch up. Our defense was really let down. But, you know, there's nothing we can do about that now. There's so many good wins that we can learn from. So we just go on to the next one and get ready for our next big game.
And we're going to be back with a little bit more of center court, so stay with us.
Lays it up and in. Danny really taken off. There's a player that should certainly be talked about for National Freshman of the Year honors. Mazzanti diving.
Mazzanti continues to pour it on.
In just her 2nd season here at Penn State, standout sophomore Kelly Mazzanti has made a significant mark. Last year's National Freshman of the Year continued that momentum and is currently the leading scorer in the nation and recently set a Big Ten record as the fastest player to reach 1,000 points in just 47 games. Center Court takes a closer look at this special Lady Lion.
seen a lot of players in the country, and I feel that Kelly is one of the premier players in the country. I think I feel extremely fortunate to see someone of her caliber. You don't run across someone like that all the time.
Well, they say Kelly Mazzanti could be the Big Ten Freshman of the Year.
I didn't expect to have it as big a year as I did, but, you know, I was very fortunate that I did, and I enjoyed every second of it. The accolades and the accomplishments that I achieved just made it that much better. And obviously I couldn't have done it without any of my teammates, and having them share it with me was just that much more special.
Mazzanti, you are hot. Give me the ball.
People say, you know, you got the National Player of the Year, and it's just something I'm going to feed off of and try to get better and prove to them that I am the National Player of the Year.
And here come the Lady Lions. Mazzanti. What can you say?
Preseason honors and picks that they had for me, they were pretty high expectations, but I mean, I don't think about them. I just go out there and try to get better each game and do my thing.
Kelly could do something spectacular any night out, the way she did against Minnesota, lighting them up for 49 points. I think she's probably got the quickest release that I've seen of anybody in the country.
Mazzanti, we knew coming in she was the leading scorer in the Big Ten, and just a tremendous player. I've never seen a ball player put up 49 points.
49 points was unbelievable. There's Mazzanti back to 1,001 points. Kelly Mazzanti, Penn State, the fastest Lady Lion to reach 1,000 points.
It really turned out perfect. You know, having them there, having the people there, the magnitude of the game, you know, just playing with Michigan and knowing that they beat us 3 times last year, it was just a tremendous game. And, you know, the fact that a lot of my family and friends were there from home, my 1,000 point was just, it was a great day, and I was glad that it worked out the way it did. Right now, we're on the road heading to my hometown of Montoursville. I'm really excited to get to see everybody who comes out today, all my family and friends, and people that I haven't seen for 2 years. So I'm really excited about it, and I'm looking forward to it. We made it. Say hi to the camera. Hello.
Hi, guys.
All these different pictures. It's kind of neat, though. With my old uniform, my old shoes. Hi. Hi. No, these.
No records in the last 2 days?
Nope. So we're winning, that's
all.
all.
Read the paper this morning. Put on there 1,000 points game.
Okay, sure.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's roll. Now we're heading off to the lighter school.
I know that some of you have been looking forward to this for days.
Well, this is great. I would just like to say thank you for all your posters that you made for me, and I'm sorry I can't see you all individually, but I'm really glad that I got a chance to see all of you, and I really, really appreciate this, so thank you very much.
And there's the old adage, I want to be like Mike. Well, for the girls, it's I want to be like Kelly. Yeah. She's just a small town girl who's made it big.
I think her uncanny ability to score really brings her to the forefront of the premier players in the United States.
Full court pressure out of the timeout, and a takeaway by Mazzanti. Defensively, she has the kind of anticipation skills of an Elena Beard or a Tamara Moore at Wisconsin, those kind of players that have a lot of steals in their career because they have such good anticipation and good court awareness. And I think Kelly is one of those players right now that is suited at both ends of the floor.
Gets right by Hunter and goes strong to the glass, uses her body.
She's been their go-to player for 2 years. She's taken over the NCAA scoring-wise, and she's a lot of fun to watch.
There's Mazzanti back to 1,001 points, Kelly Mazzanti.
I think she is a tremendous player, and I don't know how much better you can get.
Rini Renee, there have been a lot of special Lady Lions here, but I got to tell you, Kelly Mazzanti must be around the top.
There have been a lot of great Lady Lions, and it was really neat what happened in her town to see her community get so excited, little boys and little girls, and be part of such a special day for her, and they're for her family too. But they're there for all the Lady Lions. We see them in the stands. They certainly have helped our attendance, and she's working real hard for us, and it's been fun to watch.
Well, we want Kelly to continue to work hard and her teammates to continue to work hard as you head down this final stretch and lead into the Big Ten tournament.
Well,
what do you expect?
We have some games at home. We have some games away. And then the season is over and the magical weekend of the Big Ten tournament arrives. And then the magical letters of NCAA should be there if we continue to play the way we're playing. And there's a lot of great hope in this team as we have developed right before everybody's eyes this year. Exciting defense, exciting offense. Should be an exciting end of February and March.
Well, Center Court will be there, and we hope you will be there as the Lady Lions head down this final stretch of games and into the postseason. As we leave you, we remind you, in keeping with the Lady Lion tradition, remember who you are and what you represent. I'm Ann Moss. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Center Court with Renee Portland is made possible in part by support from Penn State's Office of Telecommunications and AT&T, proud sponsors of Lady Lion basketball. AT&T invites you to join them in cheering on the Lady Lions to a successful season both on the court and in the classroom. Go Lady Lions, it's all within your reach.
There you go.
Mazzanti, who leads the country in scoring, will hope to lead the Lions to victory in their opening round game with Chattanooga Friday night at Bryce Jordan Center. The Lions are in the same bracket with #1 UConn, so that doesn't really bode well. Go.
The sub-regional in the NCAA Division I tournament. Friday, Penn State welcomes Chattanooga to the Jordan Center. Montoursville native Kelly Mazzanti and the rest of the Lady Lions remember last year's NCAA experience when it was unfortunately one and done.
I really feel like this team has made sure that we were better than last year, so I think we're going to continue that attitude into our first round game.
When you're 2 at home, you're in the Sweet 16. And, you know, that's pretty neat to be in the Sweet 16, take care of what you have to do in your own house, and you move to a level that is really unbelievable.
64 teams have taken the first step. They've earned the right to dance. Sure hope you were with us on Selection Sunday. We revealed the 64 teams on the board right there. Welcome, everyone, to this NCAA Women's Preview Special. I'm Robin Roberts. With me, my snappy sidekicks, Sweet V from the top of the key, Vera Jones, and the coach, Nell Fortin of the WNBA's Indiana Fever. Did you break down some film for us, Coach?
That's right. All right.
Let's do it. Let's look at the top 4 seeds once again, and we'll start at the top with undefeated UConn, the #1 seed in the Mid-East, 8th #1 seed in the last 9 years. SEC tournament champion Vandy, the #1 seed in the Midwest. Duke, the #1 seed for the 2nd consecutive year, and out west, Oklahoma, a #1 seed for the first time in its program's history. And the controversy there, of course, was with Tennessee and Vanderbilt.
Well, you know, the whole 1-2 seed thing is getting kind of old now to be 100%.
Penn State, the second half of the Mid-East bracket, Jim Davis has tough to beat in front of one of the best home crowds in the country. In Texas Tech, 11 losses left. Have Coach K. The Duke women have Coach G in Gail Gestencourt. The Blue Devils, perfect during the ACC. They went undefeated. for sophomores indeed. In fact, sophomore Kelly Mazzanti of Penn State leads the nation in scoring as a sophomore. Who does she think she is? Jackie Stiles? Or something like that? But the Big Ten Player of the Year, though, was Lindsay Whalen over Kelly Mazzanti. But it's amazing what they've all been able to do in just their second year. And look at Diana Taurasi, 14 points. Anywhere else that she's playing and she can get more minutes, oh, she's happy at UConn. I'm not trying to get her off the team or anything like that. It just shows you how unselfish players like that are, and it's just incredible just in their second year. But let's talk about a youngin' who's an oldie in K-State.
Class, and I'm going to give you my 5 super soft starting lineup who could start in the WNBA and will one day. My point guard is from UConn, Diana Taurasi. My 2 player is Elena Beard from Duke. My 3 is Sharika Wright from Purdue. My 4 is Nicole Powell from Stanford. And the enforcer in the middle, Vanessa Hayden from Florida. This is a super class.
All right, but all right, calm down. Got to wait 2 more years.
The draft is a ways away for that class.
Really looking forward to that. Let's take a look, and we see some of those super sophomores in this final bracket in the Midwest. The Sun Devils are hot after winning the Southeast tournament. It is wide open. We wish that we could talk about all 64 teams are all deserving of it. Some storylines, some people to root for. How about some former players that have come back as coaches just in their second year and have led their programs to the big dance? And the Atlantic 10 Trophy belongs to Dawn Staley. She's a Philadelphia native. Oh, she's loving it. They beat St. Joe's in the A-10 finals to earn the right to play in the big dance. And then Jen Rosati, oh my goodness, this is her second year at the University of Hartford. They're playing Stony Brook, the final of the American East. That's Kellyanne Charles, the game winner, and the crowd goes wild. And they are in for the first time. Incredible. And Kathy Bennett, what more can we say? We had her on Selection Sunday, had a car accident in Indiana. Her team is inspired. They go on to win the Big Ten tournament over Penn State, and they are in as well. So it's just incredible, and this is one of many teams that have really turned around things. And we also have some sleepers that we want to keep up with. Well, first, I'm going to put them on the line a little bit. Let's actually find out their Final Four selections, my 2 snappy sidekicks. And Vera really went out on a limb with her picks because she selected all the top seeds.
It was too hard. It was too hard.
Yeah, Duke, Connecticut, Vanderbilt, Oklahoma. At least Nell shook it up a little bit and saying Baylor, the number 2 seed, Connecticut, Tennessee, she fills over Vanderbilt, and then Oklahoma as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. But the sleeper teams, these are teams that, we don't think will probably make it to the Final Four, but they're going to make some noise.
Definitely.
And let's start my home state of Mississippi.
All right.
Show me some love.
I like Mississippi. Mississippi State, first of all, they're a number 12 seed. Are you kidding me? LaToya Thomas, she's like at least a 2 seed all by herself, she's the second leading scorer in the nation. This player is tough. Along with Tan White, they've got an excellent inside-outside combination. I think that's the team that's going to sneak up on everyone.
And don't you're thinking somebody out of the SEC might be a little bit of a sleeper?
Absolutely. I think that Arkansas, with Gary Blair coaching this team, is very, very tough. He is tournament tested. He lives for this time of the year. They had a very close loss to Vanderbilt in the semifinals of the SEC tournament. I think he's got this team rolling right now.
He does really have them rolling along, and so we have some sleepers to watch. And how about some players as well that we should keep an eye on that could be pretty exciting?
It's got to be, for me, there's so many. Kelly Mazzanti. I think Kelly Mazzanti, the nation's leading scorer, oh, by the way. She lights it up from three-point land, and obviously I kind of favor three-point shooters. I think that's just an excellent player to watch.
I think a player to really keep your eye on is Nikki Teasley from University of North Carolina. She's a heck of a player, 6'1" guard. She can play the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it doesn't matter. Great passer, just very, very good with her team.
And a great story how she has come back.
Absolutely.
Bill Gross, you're with me today.
Yes, sir, Ping.
All right, you're from Clark Summit. You've seen this before. We're playing Ping's Puzzle today, we call it.
Right.
You know the rules.
Yes, sir.
We're going to put up the graphic. You got to guess who is behind the jigsaw puzzle. 30 seconds. You ready? I'm going to give you some clues.
Go right ahead.
I grew up in Lake Cumming County. I know Yankees pitcher Mike Mussina. I love playing hoops. I played
Kelly Mazzanti.
Oh, my gosh. How did you get that so fast?
I'm a basketball referee.
Oh. See, that goes to say, I don't know who's calling. Have you ever officiated one of her games in high school?
Playoff game in high school a couple years ago. Yep.
Great player.
Very good. Yep.
I didn't even get through like 3 clues. You know who the head coach she plays for is her name?
Renee Portland.
Yeah. Tomorrow night they play against Chattanooga,
Yeah, at home.
At home. And I think Penn State wins.
Easy win.
Easy win? She leads the country in scoring with 25 points, too. You're good, Bill.
Thanks, Pink.
All right, as we end this segment all the time, how do we
managed to begin play in the NCAA women's tournament? Penn State, the 4 seed, against Chattanooga, the 13 seed, and the Montoursville native ready to go. Penn State trailing in the first half. Mazzanti from WNBA range hits the three-pointer. The All-American sophomore had 17 in the first half. But Chattanooga took a lead into the locker room. Katie Calloway nailing a three-pointer as the shot clock expires. Just before the half expires, Renee Portland not too happy about it. Penn State down 5 at the break. Second half, though, Lady Lions take over. Rashana Barnes, the block. Mazzanti mops up, heading the other way, and goes baseline to the hoop. She had 27 points. Penn State wins 82-67. Lady Lions play at home Sunday night against Florida International. The Bucknell
scoring, and you're about to see why. Another big scoring day for Kelly. Come on back, folks. State, the number 4 seed. Katrina Carr ends the half with a drive and the J, and at the half, Penn State led 55, you heard me, 55 first half points for Renee Portland's team. Then Kelly Mazzanti went to work in the second half. Hits a J from the corner. Penn State up at this point, 62-46. Midway in the second half, FIU trailing by 17. Cheryl Moody, who puts it in from down low. FIU trying to come back in. Cheryl Moody, the jumper from inside. They close to within 10 on Penn State, but Penn State strong down the stretch when it counted. Mazzanti the steal, passes to Tanisha Wright, and Penn State is on to the round of 16. For the 6th time in school history, Mazzanti set the Big Ten single-season scoring record, 857 points in the season for Kelly Mazzanti. And you can see she has 12 games with 30 or more this season. And she scores, doesn't matter if it's a regular season, doesn't matter if it's a postseason, doesn't matter if it's an NCAA tournament. She puts it up, she knocks it down, and that's why Penn State is moving on. And she is something special, Vera.
You know what? There's really nothing cocky about her. I mean, I know if I was leading the country, I'd tell her I'd wear it on my forehead. But she's just an excellent player and very laid back, very mellow, very smooth. And the way she plays is the same way. I love the way Penn State gets her set up on offense. They look for this player, Kelly Mazzanti, off screens, lots of screens. And look at this. What can you say? I mean, and talk about range. Now watch her, freeze it. Watch how she just kind of smooth. She's going to come off the double screen at the top. And instead of coming off hard and close, she steps back by the B. I'm telling you, Kelly Mazzanti, you talk about range, you talk about anybody in the country, Kelly Mazzanti was in range at birth. It's just that simple. This is a player that can flat out shoot the ball, whether they advance against Iowa or they advance against UConn. Either way, it's going to be a wonderful battle. Lindsay Meter from Iowa, and of course, UConn has their Taurasi. So that's going to be a wonderful three-point showdown.
Going to call her Vera Vitale with that freeze it, huh, in that graphic. All right. In the Mideast, as
a little bit, but first, let's talk about Kelly Mazzanti and Penn State. The Lady Lions in action last night against Florida International. Jess Strom hits a three, but watch this three coming up by Kelly. Top of the screen, shot clock winding down. She just flings it in there and hits nothing but net. Mazzanti 6 of 11 from three-point land, 32 points. She became the Big Ten's all-time scorer for one season. Penn State gets to win 96-79. Unfortunately, they're probably going to have to play Connecticut next.
Raining three-pointers from NBA range to lead the Lady Lions over Florida International in the second round of the NCAA Women's Tournament. Mazzanti scored 32. Look at this one. To set a new Big Ten mark for points in a single season, the Lady Lions will likely face undefeated national favorite UConn in the next round on Saturday. The Lady Huskies must first beat Iowa tonight.
Worldwide leader in sports. Atlanta, Georgia, basketball mecca for the first time in a quarter century. And under the Teflon top of the Georgia Dome, the national champion will be crowned on Monday night. And welcome to Atlanta. We come to you from the Thriller Dome on the campus of Georgia Tech University, home of the Ramblin' Wreck. Over the years, so many great players in the ACC have created so many great moments on this court. And tonight we salute the best of college basketball 2002. Joining us, so many great individuals over here. We've got Jason Williams of Duke, Sam Clancy, USC, Drew Gooden of Kansas, and so many others. Joining me and saluting those guys, we've got a couple veterans of past Final Fours, Mr. Jay Billis and Digger Phelps. One guy's more of a veteran than the other. He's the guy on the right. Some women's basketball and the Coach of the Year coming to you. That's Michelle Tafoya and Nancy Lieberman out in San Antonio. We'll talk to them in just a second. But we can't go any further without
greatness. There is some recognition that is second to none, being acknowledged by family, school, and one's peers. Tonight, March Madness pauses to recognize the masterpieces. The elite of college basketball will stand and be counted, and the hardware from the hardwood will be handed out next. From Alexander Memorial Coliseum on the campus of Georgia Tech in Atlanta, Suzuki presents ESPN, the magazine's College Basketball Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome ESPN's Jay Billis.
Thank you, Mike Gleason, and it's such a pleasure to be here in Atlanta for the Final Four. Really the celebration of our sport, and like any great team, it starts with the point guard, and that's where we'll start tonight. I had the pleasure earlier this year of going out to Spokane, Washington, and watching
the Women's Basketball Awards. We go to Michelle Tafoya and Nancy Lieberman. Very festive setting in San Antonio. Ladies?
Thank you very much, Chris. Congratulations to Jason Williams. I'm sure he's going to be watching San Antonio very carefully because 4 great teams remain, and Duke is one of them. UConn, Oklahoma, and Tennessee, the other 3 here at the Final Four. This sets up a phenomenal weekend of basketball.
Well, you're absolutely. You have players that have tradition. You have programs with competition. You have newcomers. You've got some of the most talented young women in the game. I think the game's in good hands, Michelle.
I think so, too, and particularly when you talk about good hands, you got to talk about the point guard. So we will start with Point Guard of the Year. No one better to discuss this than you. You played it to perfection at ODU. What does it take to make a special point guard?
I think a special point guard has to have vision. They have to be able to make players around them better. They have to get people in positions that don't even know they were supposed to be in those positions. So when we get a chance to look at the nominees, you're going to see what I'm talking about. So let's take a look now at the nominees for Point Guard of the Year.
This year's nominees for the Women's Point Guard of the Year are Sue Bird, Connecticut, the quintessential point guard. This Big East Player of the Year runs the UConn offense to perfection. With her exceptional court awareness and a knack for knocking down the big shot, Bird led the Lady Huskies to an unbeaten regular season and yet another Big East championship. Stacey Dales, Oklahoma. This savvy floor leader for the Lady Sooners presents one of the toughest matchups in the women's game. At 6 feet tall, Dales towers over opposing guards. And with 17 points and 5 assists per contest, she's why Oklahoma often towers over their opponents. Nikki Teasley, North Carolina. This flamboyant Tar Heel scoring machine can hurt you from both outside and off the dribble. The undeniable leader for the Lady Heels, Teasley will finish her stellar career as North Carolina's all-time leader in scoring, assists, and three-pointers.
And the winner for this year's Point Guard of the Year award, take a guess, Sue Bird, UConn. Sue, come on up here. Congratulations on yet another award. When I saw Sue in the lobby of the hotel yesterday, I mentioned that you might have to buy an extra suitcase here in San Antonio to take some of the awards back home.
Yeah, that's true. This is a great honor, you know, for the second time. It's really great to just be here with all these great players.
What do you think makes your game so special and so different from a lot of the other point guards that we've seen in women's basketball?
Definitely my supporting cast. You know, my teammates definitely make our team go more than I ever could, and they definitely make me the player I am.
Well, congratulations. I'm going back to my point guard, Michelle Tafoya.
Congratulations again to Sue Bird here in her 3rd straight Final Four, looking for her 2nd national championship. More from Atlanta and San Antonio after this. Stay with us.
Suzuki presents ESPN, the magazine's College Basketball Awards. Brought to you by... Go, 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 go. Welcome.
Whatever happened to, and the winner is. But Juan, congratulations. You've gone through such an amazing journey that's been well publicized to get here. Do you ever step back and amidst all the hoopla of the Final Four, just reflect on how far you've come and how others in your life have meant so much to you to get here?
Yeah, so I think about it every once in a while. And that's something I plan on doing right after the season. You know, hopefully we can finish up strong. I had a great career, you know, and I beat all odds. You know, a lot of people counted me out before I even got to Maryland, and I just developed a work ethic, and it's paying off right now.
You have absolutely been to finals against the Jayhawks. Juan Dixon of Maryland. Now back to San Antonio. Michelle, the top women's shooting guard of the year.
Chris, thank you very much, and congratulations to Juan. We have seen some great play, some phenomenal play from shooting guards on the women's side as well, joined again by Nancy Lieberman. When we take a look at some of the shooting guards that we have watched, the three nominees, sophomores, they share that in common. Kelly Mazzanti, Diana Taurasi, and Elena Beard. Why are the sophomores tearing it up so much this year?
They're tearing it up because they forgot to read the senior handbook that says pass the basketball. They want all the glory for themselves, and they're incredible shooters. So while we have a moment, let's take a look right now at some of the best two guards that women's basketball has to offer.
This year's nominees for the Women's Shooting Guard of the Year are Elena Beard, Duke, the epitome of the all-round player. This super sophomore led the ACC in scoring this season, averaging nearly 20 points a game. The first women's basketball player in Duke's history to be named first-team All-America. Beard led the Blue Devils to a perfect 16-0 record in the ACC. Kelly Mazzanti, Penn State, with the quickest release in college basketball. Mazzanti is relentless, scoring from anywhere and scoring a lot, averaging 25 points a game. She proceeded to break 12 single-season and career Penn State records this season. Diana Taurasi, Connecticut. Highly skilled in every aspect of the game, Taurasi is better known for bringing the UConn fans to their feet by showcasing nearly unlimited range with her jump shot. The only sophomore to be named first-team All-Big East, her 46% shooting from beyond the arc speaks for itself.
And the winner of the Shooting Guard of the Year award goes to Duke's Elena Beard. Elena, congratulations. I know it's been quite a season for you, 16-0 in the ACC, but you improved your shooting from a year ago, from 18% from three to over 40%, to maybe secure this award for yourself.
That was one of my focal points over summer, and the coaches needed me, and my teammates needed me to, you know, improve on my three-point shooting, and I did, and I'm proud of myself. So.
When you were thinking about improving your three-point shooting, did you realize that people were sitting in the lane waiting for you to take the drive, that versatility would help your game?
I did realize that. I mean, everyone looked at me as, you know, a driver and a slasher, but I wanted to improve on the outside, and I did, and it, you know, it made my game a lot better.
Well, congratulations on the award, and congratulations in the Final Four. Michelle?
All right, Nancy, thank you very much. Elena Beard says she has built her game on hard work, and hard work is what got Duke here. Back to San Antonio now, surrounded by some pretty excited fans, and among them are some UConn players who have adopted the phrase jubilations from Dick Vitale this season, and it has been spectacular players and spectacular plays that have made this season unique. But what about surprises and upsets as well, Nancy?
I think there's been great surprises here. What about the year that K-State had? What about Minnesota? What about USC? Let's just call them, maybe they were the new kids on the block, and they really dominated women's basketball.
Yeah, and talk about domination. You also have to talk about sustained excellence, and nobody did that better than Connecticut. They're still undefeated, going for the 39-0 season.
Well, it would really be pretty remarkable if they were able to be yet another undefeated team in women's college basketball. The team that Gino Auriemma has is really second to none right now. Teams are going to have to prove they can beat them.
They're going to start trying it tomorrow. Let's send it back now to Atlanta and Chris Fowler. Chris?
All right, Michelle, thank you. The men's Final Four heading back to San Antonio.
You're getting a look there at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, the host of this year's Women's Final Four. And welcome back, everyone. Michelle Tafoya, Nancy Lieberman. We have talked about the guards in the women's game this year and given out the two guard awards. Let's start talking about the bigs, and in particular, center of the year.
Michelle, you have got to love a big that can get down on the low block, pin you, drop step through, maybe put up that little hook, and most of all, finish. And when you see the nominees for this year, you're going to understand why they are the bigs on the low block.
This year's nominees for the Women's Center of the Year are Chantel Anderson, Vanderbilt. Extremely mobile around the basket, Anderson has the ability to dominate any game. A terrific scorer inside, this SEC Player of the Year expanded her shooting range this season and finished the regular season second in the nation in field goal percentage. Nicole Oldie, Kansas State. Like having another coach on the floor, Oldie's inside presence and decision-making ability is what drives the Lady Wildcat offense. Equally skilled with either hand around the basket, it's her ability to always find the open player that spearheads the KSU attack. Angie Welling, Iowa State. Earning All-America honors for the third time in her ISU career, Welling was nearly unstoppable in the Big 12 this season with her superior footwork and soft hands around the basket. Left-handed senior shot a blistering 67% from the field to lead the NCAA.
And the winner of the Post Award, none other than Vandy's Chantel Anderson, the big of bigs. Congratulations, Chantel. I know you're disappointed that you're in San Antonio not playing, but to get this award has to mean a lot to you.
Oh, definitely. I mean, there was some great competition, and to come away with the award just means a lot to me. This is a great atmosphere, and I'm just happy to be here. Although you're right, I would like to be here under different circumstances.
Okay, a year ago you shot 72%. This year you shoot about 65%, but you expanded your game for that little foul line 16, 17-foot jumper. Would you like that versatility in your game?
I definitely do. I think it makes me a little bit harder for opponents to guard, harder for them to focus on, just defending me on the block. So I think it's made me overall a better player.
Well, we appreciate it. Congratulations. I'm going to throw it to another big right down in Atlanta. Jay Billis?
Thank you, Nancy. And it's about time the big
Very much indeed. The Wade Trophy is probably the most prestigious individual honor that can be handed out in the game of women's college basketball. And standing by with all 5 nominees is the only woman to ever have won the Wade Trophy twice, Nancy Lieberman. Take it away, Nancy.
Well, thanks, Michelle. I actually dropped one the other day, so I now have one. But, Elena, I want to talk to you a little bit about the Wade Trophy, symbolic of the best player in women's college basketball. Did you ever think about this when you're going into your season that, you know what, I want to be successful as a team, but I sure would like to have that little statue in my house?
Not at all, but it's an honor to be considered, along with the other 4 players that are up here today, and it's just a big honor to be considered one of the best in the country.
Well, obviously you're only a sophomore, and I got one of the veterans here in Stacey Dales. Stacey, I really thought that you playing on the Canadian Olympic team, when I saw you play in Sydney in 2000, I saw your game flourish and go to a totally different level, and then you brought it back to Oklahoma.
I think you're right. I really found a turning point in the Olympic experience and brought a lot of confidence back to my Oklahoma squad. And ever since then, I've just been playing with this tremendous amount of confidence. And I'm fortunate to have had that experience and share it with my team.
Well, if you were to win that little trophy, I know a guy from the Dallas Mavericks would be very proud, Michelle. That would be Steve Nash, the all-star. They're buddies. They talk about how to play the point guard position. Not a bad friend to have, Michelle.
Not at all. And no sophomore has ever won the Wade Trophy, and yet 2 of them, Diana Taurasi and Elena Beard, are up for the award this year. A lot of great coaching jobs done this year in women's college basketball. We have seen some amazing turnarounds. You talk about Brenda Oldfield at Minnesota, Deb Patterson at Kansas State. What's gone on at USC and South Carolina has been tremendous. And then there's also the group of coaches who have managed to sustain excellence over the course of time. Gino Auriemma at Connecticut, and the job that Gail Gestencourse has done at Duke with just 8 players on her squad after some key defections. There have been some amazing coaching jobs done this year. Some special coaches, Nancy, have emerged this season.
Well, you're absolutely right, Michelle. I mean, you look at some of the bright young coaches, Jen Rosati, Dawn Staley, Kim Mulkey-Robertson, Deb Patterson. The list goes on and on. But I have the pleasure of announcing who this year's Coach of the Year is, and that would be Deb Patterson from K-State. And the Wildcats had an unbelievable turnaround. Coach, congratulations on that. A year ago, 2-14 in the conference, and you probably weren't thinking you'd be getting this award in San Antonio.
I certainly was not, but it's a great pleasure and joy for me. Thank you very much, Nancy.
Well, tell us about the Wildcats a little bit. You started 3 freshmen and a sophomore. That would seem to have given you gray hairs, but all it did was get you this award.
Well, I'll tell you, they were a very special group, really focused. They brought great talent and intensity to the floor every day, and they were one of the special turnaround teams of the season.
Congratulations so much. And my partner here, Michelle Tafoya, you have a lot of intensity.
It was a great Sweet 16 season for Kansas State and Deb Patterson. Congratulations once again, Deb. We are at the Riverwalk in San Antonio. Much more from here and Atlanta when we return.
Time for the women's swing forward of the year.
Indeed it is, Chris, and much like you were talking about with Mr. Mike Dunleavy, the key word when you talk about swing forward seems to be, Nancy, versatility, a player who can do a lot of things very well.
Well, they have to be able to do that. Not only do they have to be versatile, they have to be the best athlete on the floor. They have to be able to defend, get up and down the floor, be able to score maybe from the outside and absolutely take the ball to the hole as a slasher. So when you get a chance to see these swing forwards, you'll know what versatility really means.
This year's nominees for the Women's Swing Forward of the Year are Swin Cash, Connecticut, an absolute tear on the offensive and defensive glass. Cash is best known for her transition game, getting out and filling the lanes of the UConn fast break. The most complete player on the Lady Husky squad. She attacks the basket like no one else in the country. Nicole Powell, Stanford. This multi-dimensional playmaker possesses the size and strength of a forward while having the instincts of a point guard. Averaging nearly a double-double in points and rebounds, Powell's ability to do it all helped the Lady Cardinal jump out to a 22-0 start this season. Sharika Wright, Purdue, with maybe the quickest first step in the nation. Wright's skills on the offensive end are nearly unstoppable. Able to continually beat her opponents off the dribble and score. She is equally as disruptive on the defensive end of the floor. Thus why she was named first team All Big Ten.
And the winner of this year's Swing Forward of the Year award is appropriately named Swin Cash of UConn. Everyone uses the word versatility when they talk about swing forwards. And before the season, your coach, Gina Auriemma, said Swin has improved in every single aspect of her game. What was it that drove you to become more versatile even than you were last season?
I think I have to give a lot of credit to a lot of the guys back home. This summer I just went into the gym and I worked really hard playing against the guys, trying to knock down the outside shot, be more consistent in handling the ball.
The other thing you did very, very well was rebound. Became just the second player in the history of the Big East to lead the conference in scoring and rebounding. And from what I hear, you really like to rebound, and if you don't at UConn, you're going to sit.
Yeah, I think that's my strong point. I love to rebound the basketball. Anytime you can get in there and bang, that's great for me. And then we get out on the break. So anyway, I can help my team out. I just do that.
And still a lot left to do. UConn still looking to remain undefeated and win the national championship. Congratulations, Swin Cash, Swing Forward of the Year. Much more from Atlanta and San Antonio when we come back. Stay with us. For Kansas, just one from out here as well. Time now for the Women's Power Forward of the Year award. And Nancy Lieberman, the key word in this position is power.
It absolutely is. To be a power forward, Michelle, you've got to be strong. You've got to, you know what? You better be in the weight room. You better eat right. But the fact that you can score and rebound, that just makes you the complete power forward. I hope I didn't hurt you. Michelle, take a look at the women who come with power for this year's nominees.
This year's nominees for the Women's Power Forward of the Year are Danielle Crockram, Baylor. As athletic a power forward as you'll find in college basketball, Crockram dominates the low post and is relentless on the offensive glass. Having averaged a near double-double over the past 2 seasons for the Bears, she tallied 23 points and 15 boards in this year's Big 12 title game. Latoya Thomas, Mississippi State. The winner of this award a year ago. Thomas continued her assault on the Southeastern Conference this season, averaging 25 points a game and better than 9.5 rebounds. Nearly automatic around the basket, she scored better than 40 points on 2 occasions this season. Isis Tillis, Duke. This versatile all-ACC performer has the ability to take charge of any game. At 6 feet 4 inches, Tillis is equally adept at scoring from in close or from out on the perimeter. With amazing agility and grace, she also runs the floor at a pace that few defenders can match.
Well, you got a chance to look at some of the great power forwards. Now, the power forward of the year, the award goes to Latoya Thomas from Mississippi State. Latoya, come on down here. As you can tell, Latoya is not that, sorry about that, Latoya, I didn't mean to try and hurt you, but 3 years now in the SEC, you have absolutely dominated. You're also a 3-time All-American. What do you attribute all the muscle to?
Well, it's not muscle, it's a mind thing, and I just keep it mental and physical. So I've been hitting the weights this summer, and hopefully I'll be the big center. I'm just kidding.
Now, you had a fantastic year again, but you also had a wonderful teammate in Tan White. Tell us a little bit about that combination going into next year.
Well, everybody talk about the 1-2 punch. I mean, Tan White, she's a great player, and without Tan and the rest of my teammates, it wouldn't be possible.
But we appreciate congratulations. Michelle?
Congratulations. And earlier today, the Kodak All-America team was announced, and they picked up their hardware here by the Riverwalk. There's a good look at them. And here's a list of the winners. Baylor's Sheila Lambert among them. Terrific season for Baylor. Penn State's Kelly Mazzani, who led the nation in scoring, and Nicole Powell of Stanford, 5 triple-doubles this season.
Basketball, and Penn State's Kelly Mazzani is on the list. The Lady Lions sophomore, one of 10 players named to the All-American team. Mazzani joined by Sue Bird, Swin Cash, and Diana Taurasi of Connecticut. Mazzani led the nation in scoring this past season, averaging almost 25 points per game. And in
Montoursville's Kelly Mazzani has been a busy young lady this summer. The Penn State Lady Lion, who will be a junior this coming basketball season, spent some of her summer playing internationally. Recently, she played in the 2002 USA Basketball World Championship team for young women, and there she is, sporting that gold medal today. They were 4-0. They played down in Brazil, and there she is playing last season. She's going to enjoy the rest of the summer doing some R&R with the family, along with prepping for another season of Penn State Lady Lion hoops.
Well, I had hoped to get some international experience, and this trip taught me a lot about things I need to work on, and just little tidbits I can help my teammates with. And the trip, in general, was just great for me. I'm on a team. I have friends through it. I've met so many people just by playing the sport, and it's something that is part of me now, and I just take advantage of every time I get to play.
And that was her dad, Sweet Lou, a great family, and what a U.S. women's team. Didn't see as much playing time as she wanted to, but according to head coach Renee Portland, it was a wonderful learning experience.
And I think when Kelly understood that and understood that the offense, she was going to have to be more creative, which in fact really fit what we wanted Kelly's summer program to be. Kelly's summer program is to get to the foul line more, because she never got to the foul line, and to be more creative off the dribble. And obviously, shoot as many threes as you want, but we need to make her game a little more complete. So what happened to her in USA Basketball really helps what we want her to do for this season.
Ready to roll. Montoursville's Kelly Mazzani, one of the nation's top players, cleared to practice after finally getting over a 6-week bout with mono.
This past week, she's been a nuisance. Can I do this? Can I do that? So she's feeling better, where she is a pain in the neck on my cell phone.
What a home game for the Penn State Lady Lions. Renee Portland and her Lions playing really, there's a roar. They're 6-1. They're number 12 in the country, playing some great basketball home against St. Joe's. A reunion of sorts for Kelly Mazzani to the Lady Lions, who played high school ball at Montoursville, and some of her friends I'll tell you about in just a moment. The reunion with St. Joe's. Liz Mohan from Nativity, Kristen Cuff from Nativity, Estee Hoffman from Panther Valley. There's Renee Portland coming out. Aaron Brady of Marian Catholic, 8 assists. St. Joe's up 6. Penn State's Mazzani. Nice move, 6 minutes and a half. Oh, gosh. Is that young lady a heck of a basketball player? Final 5 seconds, the steal. Give it to Mazzani wearing jersey 13. A little stop and pop. Lions up 5 at the break. Mazzani, 30 points. Final in this one, 82-56. Look at her moving without the ball. Jim Coles, photographer Steve Lloyd there, file this report. Go get him, Coles.
Certainly a local flavor at the Bryce Jordan Center on this night. Not just Kelly Mazzani from nearby Montoursville playing for Penn State, but 2 starters for St. Joe's from the Schuylkill County area. Elizabeth Mohan from Nativity BVM and Marian Catholic's Aaron Brady. They all played well.
Obviously, it's a great experience. It's something that we've all worked really hard on, in our careers previously, and we went to Italy this summer. I mean, tremendous experience. When else are you going to get to travel to Italy and do something that you want to do with 20 of your best friends?
Mohan from Nativity and Mazzanti from Montoursville have been very good friends ever since their AAU days with the Anthracite Action.
It was actually the first time we played against each other in college. And we talked about it before the seasons even started, how excited we were. And Andy would yell at me if I didn't talk to them too much, so we kind of set our highs, and hopefully I get a chance to see her after the game.
Mazzanti had the upper hand on this night, 10 of 20 from the field, 30 points, and of course the Lady Lions get the 82-56 win. Her good friend Hootie says, Mazzanti, one of the best in the business.
She's a great shooter. She works hard on offense. You don't really know which way she's going to go because she's real quick on that first step, so she acts like she's just hanging around, and then next thing you know, she's cutting to the basket. So I think it's one of the hardest things to guard. It's always fun. That's one of the great things about playing basketball is you get to meet a lot of people and travel around, and so I have a lot of different friends on different teams, and Kelly's one of my good friends, so it's always something to look forward to.
Well, the feistiness was fun while it lasted. The girls were foes for a couple of hours. They'll be friends for life. At Penn State University, Jim Coles, Newswatch 16 Sports. Quick question. Who leads all Division I women's basketball players in scoring? If you said Penn State's Kelly Mazzanti, you're close. The answer coming up next on Newswatch 16 Sports.
Our viewing area resides the leading scorer in women's Division I college basketball, and it's not Penn State's Kelly Mazzanti. It's Bucknell's Molly Creamer. Jim Cole says this bison is a rare species.
Any doubt of Molly Creamer's drive and determination came late in the Lehigh game. In a 2-minute, 22-second span, Creamer poured in an incredible 19 points. It was an explosive effort from the quiet, unassuming senior.
I don't know. On the court, you just have to play hard and give it your all. You know, life's fun. Just off the court, you just kind of do whatever. So when you get out there, it's just a chance to release some energy, play hard, and I guess just what happens, happens.
Creamer is the all-time scoring leader in Patriot League history. That's men and women. Teammate Katie Hetler knows all about prolific scorers. Hetler was a 4-year teammate of Kelly Mazzanti while at Montoursville High School. Mazzanti, who last season as a sophomore at Penn State led the nation in scoring, is currently 3rd in the country this season.
I've seen Kelly and Molly both just take over games when they want to, and they're excellent scorers. I mean, Kelly does it in different ways. I believe like she gets more of her shots coming off screens, as where I see Molly like make some of her own shots, create her own shots. But Kelly has the ability to do that too. I mean, they're just both great athletes who can take over the game at any time.
Molly Creamer is running to a dream, and that is to make it to the WNBA next season. But there's also a quicker dream. That is to get Bucknell back to the NCAA tournament, something they achieved last season.
We got to get some people back. We got to get some people healthy. We just have to play a little better defense, keep it balanced, scoring, attack, and just do the intangibles, and hopefully we'll pull it out.
Postseason play would be fitting for the cream of the crop. Jim Coles, Newswatch 16 Sports, Lewisburg.
Stockpiled a bunch of Penn State records already, has Kelly. Another Mazzanti milestone coming up. We'll take you out to Illinois where the record-setting event took place. Plus,
it's Kelly Mazzanti, the Montoursville product, shooting for the 2,000-point mark tonight, needing 6 points against Illinois to get it done. The junior Lady Lion, the Big Ten's top scorer, looking to do it on the road, and they waste no time getting it to old number 13, where she's going to knock down the old 2-ball right there. Later on, getting a little bit closer. How about the triple from way above the arc? Oh, yeah, piece of cake. Another bucket. She joins the Elite 2000 club, and yes, from the corner. She finishes with 23 points. Kelly Mazzanti becomes the fastest Lady Lion Big Ten player ever to reach the milestone. 13th ranked Penn State was on to beat Illinois, 82-69.
Standard operating procedure for Penn State's Kelly Mazzanti tonight. Another game, another milestone for the Montoursville native. 13th ranked Lady Lions rolling out on the road at Illinois. Mazzanti coming in just 6 points shy of 2,000 for her career. Early in the first, jumper in the lane, getting her closer and kind of fitting the Lady Lions all-time three-point leader. Cracks the 2,000-point mark with a 3-ball. Mazzanti reaching 2,000 faster than any other Penn State or Big Ten player in history. Ends up with 23. Penn State ends up with another win, 82-69 over Illinois.
Big stuff tonight. 82-69. She had 23 points, but here's the bigger news concerning the Montoursville native. First player in Lady Lion history to go over 2,000 career points and 200 steals, and she is the fastest player in Big Ten and Penn State history to go over 2,000 career points. Good news for Penn State and Kelly
Mazzanti was ready to go. Makes the three-pointer, 8-0 Lions. They had a 10-zip lead early. Penn State up double digits. Mazzanti with the defender on snooze hits another three, and she has some teammates. Jess Strom doing everything but scoring. Dumps it to Jess Brungo for the layup. One more from Mazzanti. She had 35 points, 7 assists. Penn State clinches the regular season title 76-55. The Big Ten tournament still coming up.
I'm in the Big Ten. They wrapped up business with Wisconsin today. The band doing their thing. The Lady Lions scored the first 10 points of the game. Kelly Mazzanti good from behind the arc. More PSU. Where's the D? They relax on Mazzanti. She nails down to 3 ball. She hit her first 4 3-point shots. Mazzanti 35 points, 7 assists. Penn State, they win 76-55.
All right. What else could go right for the Lady Lions, who have already clinched the regular season Big Ten title? I can actually think of 3 things that went right today for the Lady Lions. First, head coach Renee Portland was named the Big Ten Coach of the Year. Second, Tanisha Wright named the Defensive Player of the Year. Last but certainly not least, Kelly Mazzanti, the pride of Montoursville, who averaged 25 points per game, was named the Big Ten's Player of the Year today. The junior and the Lions wait on the Big Ten tournament to start Friday with Indiana or Wisconsin. Congratulations from Kelly. We have some baseball.
No trouble with Holy Cross Sunday in the opening round, winning 64-33. Montoursville grad Kelly Mazzanti leading the Lady Lions. She pumped in 27 points, and 19 of those coming in the first half.
Bang, blitzing Holy Cross yesterday. Montoursville's Kelly Mazzanti lighting it up as usual. 19 in the first half, 27 points in the game. Another game now for Penn State tomorrow at 5 at the Jordan Center against South Carolina. Meantime tonight, Boston College and Abington Heights product Amber Jacobs play Vanderbilt in the second round. On the men's
talks of basketball for the 10th time in school history. Penn State women advancing to play in the Sweet 16. The Lady Lions will play Tennessee in Knoxville on Saturday. Earlier tonight, no big trouble with South Carolina in round 2 on the home court. Kelly Mazzanti very focused early on. First half, she knocks down the 3 ball. That was a sign of what was to come from Penn State. Lady Lions trailing by 1. Mazzanti hits the jumper. She would finish with 12 points in the first half. Renee Portland, she liked what she saw. Penn State led big at the half because Jess Strong also chipping in from 3-point range. Second half, Penn State pulled away, and check out Kelly Mazzanti coming up right here. The old give and go underneath and the pretty reverse lay-in. That was her 27th point of the afternoon or evening. That's the way she would finish. 27 points. Penn State off. Sweet 16, they win 77-67.
Backdoor move against. When they saw Kelly was okay, then they were okay, and she really came out fired up. A lot of it came off her defense, so she played some great defense, but she hit some threes that were really big time for us, and that just gives everybody confidence, and they all contributed.
We set some pretty intense goals in the beginning of the season that we wanted to take the next step, so we're not going to relax or settle down. We're going to go after this next game.
Elsewhere, college basketball.
What a year for 4 area Division I athletes, all 4 among teams that will participate in the NCAA Tournament Sweet 16 round. Jerry McNamara, who played his high school hoops at Bishop Hannon and Scranton, he plays for Syracuse. Williamsport Chevy Troutman plays for Pittsburgh. The ladies, Amber Jacobs of Abington Heights plays for BC, and Kelly Mazzanti, the Lady Lions star in action tonight, the lone player of the 4 playing, trying to get to the Sweet 16 against South Carolina. Take you to the Bryce Jordan Center for the highlights. And a nice crowd on hand. One of the... Oh, look at that. Right off the tip. Mazzanti goes in, lays it in. 27 total points. Moving without the ball, shooting 3-pointers. Puts them up 5-0. They dominated this game. They can't even get the inbounds pass in South Carolina. And Kelly again, stopping, popping in the lane. They take an 11-9 lead, and then round with a screen. She's going to lay it in off the glass. Just dominate. Look at her moving without the ball. Tanisha Wright to Mazzanti and knocks down another 3-pointer. Look at Mazzanti running the fast break. Great fundamental basketball. Jess Storm is going to find Kelly Mazzanti open for 3. Spotting up there. And Jennifer Brennan passing Mazzanti for the reverse layup. How sweet it is. Penn State a winner, 77-67. Off to the Sweet 16 they go. Jim Coles was there and files this report.
Penn State scored 77 points in this game, but it wasn't the offense that was the story. It was certainly the defense, forcing 22 turnovers. The defense dominated right from the get-go. You have to be real happy with the defensive intensity after the loss in the Big Ten tournament. I know you must have put a lot of time into practice on the defensive line.
I think the whole world knows how disappointed I was at the Big Ten tournament. I just felt that we didn't realize our talents and we didn't use them, and probably assumed. So we came back and really worked on our defense, really made that a point of emphasis, and our defense has turned around and done a great job for us in these last 2 games, and it's turned around and given us some confidence and gave us some great offense too.
We came out and we've been working on it all week. We came out with a mindset that in order for us to win basketballs, we're going to have to play defense, and it's going to be it has to be a whole team effort. I think the girls on this team and myself, we really stuck it together and buckled down on that.
You know, coming off that Ohio State loss, we just came back and we went to work. We fixed the problems that we had, and we just knew playing at home we had to get those 2 wins. So I'm really proud of this team. Now we have to take them on the road, but we've been on the road a lot this season, and we understand what it's going to take. So we're just going to have to practice hard the next couple of days and have that mindset of winning.
Our team was really into this win. I think we fed off the crowd a lot. I mean, the crowd was up. They were intense. They were with us throughout each play. I really think that they helped us throughout it. So I really think that enthusiasm carried onto the floor. We were all pumped throughout the whole entire game.
So 2 good wins in the NCAA tournament. Next up, a visit to Knoxville, Tennessee to take on the Lady Volunteers. Jim Coles, Newswatch 16 Sports in Happy Valley.
Of the year. Run, ping with the hometown player. Next on Newswatch 16.
The moment. This Tuesday was set for the Lady Lions to shine for their upcoming season. Head coach Renee Portland seems to be excited about the upcoming year. All starters returned from a year ago.
She's a senior. We're really excited about what she's developed into at Penn State. She's 16 points away from being our all-time leading scorer, Manchester Women's at Penn State. She's 341 away from 3,000 points. So she, once again, will continue to rewrite the record book and put some distance on it. And her development as a player has been really terrific to watch.
Team, we set our goals just as high this season. As for me personally, I usually don't set too many personal goals as far as I just want to try to get better, and this is my last season, so I am starting to realize in my freshman season I never understood why the seniors got so upset in certain situations, and everything kind of all comes together for me right now. I kind of see the whole picture, and I'm just trying to do the best that I can. Now I kind of see the whole picture, and I'm just trying to do the best that I can.
Penn State women open up November 21st. Notre Dame football.
Montoursville's Kelly Mazzanti and her teammate Jess Strom each with 19 points. Tanisha Wright adding 21. And the Lady Lions moving up in the rankings. They're now 7th in the country.
And Mazzanti even looks better this year than she did since it gets better every game.
Gotten in better shape. She is a complete player and a great talent.
Okay, thanks, Jason.
Edgewood scored 24 points and became the Big Ten's all-time leading scorer. That's as Penn State beat Illinois 79-64. The 8th-ranked Lady Lions are now 6-0 in the Big Ten. Mazzanti scored 24 points to become the Big Ten's all-time women leading scorer. The senior now needs just 19 points to become the Big Ten all-time leading scorer for men and women.
Ever since I picked up a basketball, and you know, my mom was crying her eyes out, and I almost started crying like in the middle of the game. You know, they were just so proud, and I'm just proud to have them as my family. And it's not just my parents and my brother, but it's my entire family on both sides. You know, they follow and come to every game. They bought season tickets. Even when I go home, it's just unbelievable, and I'm very fortunate to have that following.
And how about a double roar for the young lady from Montoursville? Now with the accomplishment yesterday, Mazzanti was named today to the Big Ten Player of the Week honors. In 2 games last week, the Montoursville native scored 19 points against Michigan and 24 on yesterday's record-setting day. And
shattering another scoring mark last night, becoming the all-time leading scorer in Big Ten history, men or women, passing former Indiana great Calbert Cheaney. Phil Shaner puts the Kelly countdown in the 28 Sports Spotlight ahead in 30 minutes. And
imagine 5 years ago someone telling you that the Penn State athletic program that would be the most successful would be Lady Lion Hoops. You might have chuckled at the time, but I bet you're not chuckling now, and one of the reasons is this young lady from Montoursville, Kelly Mazzanti. Last night, the senior became the all-time leading scorer for women and men in the Big Ten. Penn State won the game behind Mazzanti's 29 points. Now she has 2,623 career points. But who's counting? Steve Lloyd goes back to the future when it comes to Mazzanti.
Kelly Mazzanti has accomplished a lot in her high school and college career, and it's affected many people across the state. In Schuylkill County, they're still talking about the kid from Montoursville. Her former AAU coach and Cardinal Brennan head coach, Jerry Freiler, remembers the first time he met Kelly.
Well, the opportunity to coach Kelly was fantastic. Seeing her play at a national level and at the age of 15, and she excelled rather quickly.
Well, it's a great town in high school, but Big Ten Conference is a great basketball conference, so she's playing against great players from across the whole conference, and be able to score over $2 grand against that kind of competition certainly says a lot about her.
Both coaches think Kelly is a perfect role model for younger girls who want to play basketball. And when they talk to their kids, they talk about Kelly's athleticism and attitude.
This sort of thing, can really help women's basketball even get to a higher level. And I think through the years, I've been doing this about 17 years or so, and the game has changed so much. And there's no question about it that she's a role model for a lot of these younger kids in the area.
Well, she's a big role model for all of us because we have someone to look up to and someone to achieve our goals.
And it's great for girls basketball. We took our team to see her a couple years ago because she is a role model, and you always want your kids to try and emulate somebody with that much ability and class. So we're real happy for her, and it's good for girls basketball in general.
Kelly Mazzanti's got the touch on and off the court. Steve Lloyd, Newswatch 16 Sports, Schuylkill County.
Yourself, you happen the whole time.
It's over. Notre Dame has done it.
It's time to see yourself as holy. Time to see yourself complete. It's time to set aside the anger, the spirit of defeat. Come into the light. Gotta be the one you're born to be. Into the light.
Samika Randall hits it at the buzzer. Duke wins. UConn has won the national championship, and they've done it in perfect fashion at 35-0.
Into the light.
Tipped, got it back, and scored.
We talk about
I've never seen a girl that big handle the ball as well as she does. She's great for her team, and she's just outstanding.
I think the amazing part is the consistency that Kelly brings to the table. There has been great growth, but the consistency to be able to stay focused on what she wants to do for the team and what she's been able to do in individual things is pretty unbelievable.
Kelly Mazzanti might be the best shooter and have the quickest release in Division I women's basketball, without question. She's a quality person. She finds ways to get her shot.
I don't think there's a player in the sport, and I know in the conference, that has had to see a triangle and two, box and one. We call it sometimes thug defense, where they put like their 11th player and they don't care if she fouls out in 4 minutes on Kelly. If you look at it as a compliment, it's been really unbelievable to see what coaches have tried to decide to stop her.
I adore the child because she has such balance, and she's not cocky, she's confident. She's going to knock shots down, she's going to make her team better and try to have the best senior year she possibly can.
It's a tremendous honor, to be up with so many great other players, and obviously couldn't be in a situation without my teammates and coaches, but I'm just trying to enjoy it.
As Kelly Mazzanti prepares to leave college, she'll be one of the top picks in the upcoming WNBA draft.
And then you're going to see Penn State. Jess Strom is perhaps the most improved player on that roster. She's 6th in the nation, as you just saw. Why? Because she dishes the ball incredibly well. And when you can pass it to players like Kelly Mazzanti that we're lucky you, you're going to get some assists because Kelly Mazzanti can flat out score the basketball. This is a deeper Penn State team, an unselfish Penn State team, and one that will push hard. And
she became the all-time leading scorer, male or female, in the Big Ten. She is definitely special. With the parity in that league, who do you like to come out as the league champ?
You're going to put me on the spot again, Kara.
Absolutely.
Penn State's undefeated right now. I like their strength of schedule. They're a #2 RPI and a #2 strength of schedule. That is significant in terms of how you fare in your conference play.
How does the Big Ten stack up against the SEC, the ACC, the Big East?
Say without her final home game in a Lady Lions uniform, helping the Penn State women rally from double digits down yesterday at the Jordan Center to beat 4th-ranked Purdue. And the Lady Lions can pose with the Big Ten championship trophy for the 2nd year in a row. They'll be the top seed headed on to the Big Ten tournament this weekend in Indianapolis.
It just keeps on getting better for Miss Mazzanti.
Yeah, the only thing that's left is that national title. They won't be the favorite, but when you get in there, you never know. They're one of a handful of teams that has the firepower to do it.
Looking good.
Cool. They have a very good shot. They're 5 in the country. It looks like they could get a 1 seed if they do well in the Big Ten tournament.
We'll see. Right. Great news for the pride of Montoursville, Kelly Mazzanti. Years of hard work paying off once again for the Big Ten's all-time leading scorer. The senior Lady Lion, deserving that roar, was named the Big Ten Player of the Year about an hour ago. She becomes the 4th player in league history to repeat as Player of the Year and the first ever player from Penn State to win back-to-back honors. Mazzanti is averaging 20 points per game. Double roar. We got another one for her. There you go. You got to love Kelly Mazzanti.
Difficult time. There are many questions to be answered.
Who's up? Who's down? Who's in? Forget about who's got next. You know you belong.
What's going through my mind is probably the countless hours that we've all put in.
You just have to know that you've prepared yourself.
And in the East, the #1 seed. Drum roll, please, Stacy. The Penn State Lady Lions. Kelly Mazzanti, the Big Ten's all-time leading scorer, gets the #1. They will take on Hampton. Games to be played in Blacksburg, Virginia. The 8-9 game, Virginia Tech, coming out of the Big East. They will face the 9 seed Iowa. Iowa at 16-12, sneaking in under Lisa Bluter. 15th appearance for the Hawkeyes and a potential Big Ten second-round matchup between Penn State and Iowa. 5 and 12, these games to be played at the Joyce Center in South Bend. That gives you a hint as to who the 5 is now, doesn't it? Notre Dame coming in for the 11th time and 9th straight under Muffet McGraw. All Big East player Jacqueline Batiste leading Notre Dame against the Fighting Jackie Stiles of Southwest Missouri State. Casey Calgill, one of the top 3-point shooters around, hitting 48%. The 4 seed in the East, North Carolina. Best news for them, they're not in Duke's region. They had trouble with Duke, losing 12 straight there, but Sylvia Hatchell's team very talented and very young. They'll take on Middle Tennessee State out of the Sun Belt, making their 9th appearance. In the Thunderdome, one of the higher seeds having to play on the floor of a lower seed. Colorado against UC Santa Barbara. The Gauchos have April McDivitt. She's a transfer from Tennessee. And Lindsey Taylor, who is the school's all-time leading scorer. Tara Bjorklund, a fine player inside for Colorado. Ought to be a great matchup. And here's the #3 seed in the East, the Houston Cougars, led by Chandy Jones.
I tell you what, their first Conference USA title. This is an exciting team to watch, and Chandy Jones is a very exciting player to watch.
She is better try to get all of them healthy to take care of Chandy Jones. 7-10 matchup in the East. Joe Champy leads Auburn in against North Carolina State. NC State ties the most losses for an at-large team in tournament history.
NC State, yet another team being rewarded for their strength of schedule this year.
And for only the 2nd time since winning their first national championship in 1995, UConn is not a 1 seed. They are a 2. They open with the Ivy League champion Penn Quakers. UConn wins 2 games. They will have the opportunity, at least, to play in Hartford. Okay, so Penn State gets the 1 in the final bracket. They're the 4th one. Your reaction to Penn State, is that the proper call?
Well, most definitely. Penn State just had an incredible year. They have 9 wins against top 25 RPI. They win the Big Ten regular season. They beat Purdue twice. They're just rolling right now with experience and more size this year.
Knows exactly what this is.
Now comes the difficult time.
Even if you think we have it figured out, it still doesn't matter. Be a 1 seed, be a 5 seed, you still got to go prove it on the court.
We've made it to the Final Four the last 2 years in a row. You know, we don't have a championship in our hands, but it's a new year.
For the 4th straight year, the senior class has never been anything but a #1. Out west, it's Texas. In the Midwest, it's Tennessee for the 15th time in 17 years, and Penn State edging out Purdue and UConn, I guess, for that final #1 seed. As you look at these top 4, Penn State probably has the roughest road as it pertains to having to play on someone else's home court, assuming the Lady Lions continue to win. Aaron Stacy mentioned the difficulty that they might have playing on opponents' home floors. As you look at the top half of this, Penn State, does it open up for them? Other than that, if they can overcome the factor of playing on the road?
Well, most definitely. Penn State, I believe, is the best team. I think they're deep. I think they're experienced. They've gone to the Sweet 16 2 years running, Reese. They're ready for a Final Four. Well, Reese, one of the reasons she does lead the Big Ten all time in scoring is because she knows how to catch and shoot. And she does all those little things that we just talked about in that segment. She moves to space. She catches, plants, and pops extremely fast. Her shoulders, her feet, her knees, her elbow, all directed towards the basket. All points to the hoop. If you're a young shooter out there, you're trying to learn how to shoot the ball, watch Kelly Mazzanti. Like I said, she knows how to find open space. One of the things that I love about this Penn State team is they know how to get their superstar the basketball, and that's one of the reasons they're so dangerous this year.
Get that nice rotation on it. You'll get those Kelly Mazzanti bounces at the end, too. The nice home roll that you get. Our women's champion.
The NCAA Women's Basketball Championship.
College basketball. Stay with ESPN. Through the championship game, we'll cover it like no one else can. The Women's Final Four.
In the East, I think we're going to see Penn State there. They have a great team right now, playing well, squarely on the back of Kelly Mazzanti. They match up with UConn nicely if they get to that championship game of the region. In the Mid-East, I like Duke, playing excellent basketball. Elena Beard is probably player of the year. I'm going to say she's got my vote. She's just playing great basketball. Isis Tillis out of the slump, and off goes Duke. In the Midwest, Oklahoma, just riding the win of that Big 12 championship in the tournament, and they are playing very well. Watch Maria Villarreal. She is a great player, playing extremely well right now. And in the West, I'm going with Texas. Hook 'em Horns. Now, can you believe it? Hook 'em Horns and Boomer Sooners in the Final Four. But those are my...
In my picks is in the East, Penn State, because, well, they're tired of going to the Sweet 16. They want to move beyond that, and they're balanced. In the Mid-East, I like Duke. They're just playing well, and they have experience. Midwest, I don't agree with Nell and everything. Tennessee, because, well, they've played 8 teams in the bracket already this season. And in the West, Texas, because they were there last year, and they're real hungry after losing such a bad game for them in the Big 12 tournament.
Last night, Ping with Kelly and family for you up next. Parents, Lou and Julia, are they back home tonight?
Yes, and we were just saying, if you have an athlete in a major program or any kind of athletics program,
it's expensive, doesn't it?
It's expensive traveling all over the place. But Lou and Julia, they are back home. And how about those Lady Lions? How about a roar? For the 11th time in school history, the team is Sweet 16 bound in the NCAA Women's Tournament. Hartford, they will go. It's a Saturday game against Notre Dame. It's a noon tip-off. And last night's second-round game in Blacksburg, Virginia, this young lady from Montoursville, Kelly Mazzanti, a frustrating game against Virginia Tech. Just 9 points for the All-American. She knows there's no I in team. She'll have some bad nights. Got to cut her some slack. Jim Coles, who was in Blacksburg last night, reports on keeping it all in the Mazzanti family.
It happens once in a while. The shots just weren't falling for Penn State senior Kelly Mazzanti, but Kelly had plenty of support from her Penn State family.
Picking the pocket, great defensive effort.
And her immediate family.
She struggled in the first half, and she looked up at me a couple times and gave me a wink, and I just mouthed to her that I love her, and she just seemed to relax, and, you know, she knows we're here for her whether she does good or whether she doesn't.
I get frustrated. We probably get frustrated more than she does. You know, parents, it's a brutal job. It's brutal.
Well, Kelly has so many scoring accomplishments, the leading scorer in Big Ten history, All-American status, but you got to go back way before her Penn State years, before her Montoursville years, to get an idea of the competitive nature of the young girl.
That was a tremendous pass by Tanisha.
Her competitive nature from when she was 5 years old has just, it's still there. I mean, you can see it. You can see the fire in her eyes, no doubt about it.
Playing checkers when she was 5. She hated to lose at that age. I knew then I was done playing checkers or anything with her.
Montoursville's Mazzanti has grown into a lethal combination of feistiness and finesse. Kelly's now a sensational senior with 4 games, or maybe just 4 quarters, left in her college career.
Her last shot could be her last shot or her last game, but I don't look back and be sorry about any of it. She could lose Saturday, and we would be so proud of her, and that's the way we would take it.
We're going to Connecticut to play Notre Dame. I know that's the kids' focus. I know that's Reni's focus, and that's my focus. We get by Notre Dame on Saturday, then we'll have to think about Connecticut, but I don't think, I know the way these kids are focused. Even playing Hampton the other night, they thought of nothing else but playing Hampton, and that's what's pretty exciting about these kids.
It's now one game, one step at a time, and Kelly Mazzanti will have support every step of the way. Jim Coles, Newswatch 16 Sports, Blacksburg, Virginia.
How about another roar for that young Lady Lion?
That photo looked says so much, so clear, so true, you can almost touch the feeling from that special day. Venusi Photo develops memories that way. Venusi Photo and